Do you think your child feels heard?
Welcome to Parenting Matters Now, a source of parenting advice a few minutes at a time.
Hi, this is Dr. Roger Smith with Parenting Matters Now. Children want to be listened to. Children oftentimes are giving us signals that they do not feel like you have heard them. So what are some of those things? Well, how can we tell when our child feels like they are connected to us or they feel like they are disconnected to us? My challenge to you as a parent is the fact that you will not recognize when your child feels unheard unless you look for it. But depending on the child, some children are in your face and they're big and bold and they're going to demand your attention. And that happens sometimes. And sometimes we interpret that wrongly. If you have a very aggressive child and they're demanding your attention, it sounds like they're just being obnoxious. And we try to address the obnoxious behavior rather than evaluating why they're being demanding and in our face and loud and boisterous. And so sometimes that is a sign that they are not being heard and they don't feel that you're taking them seriously. Other children will withdraw. And when you ask them a question, they give you the one-word answer and they look away, or they want to go to their room, or they want to get absorbed in some activity, whether it's a screen or watching a show of some sort. When children feel that you are genuinely interested in them, that you really are listening, they somehow want to get physically close to you. Children will draw close when they feel close. And pay attention to that. If your child is distancing themselves from you, in some way you need to gently pursue them. Find ways to say, hey, I noticed that you appear sad. Can you talk to me about that? What are some things that tend to make you sad? Or what happened today that made you sad today? Or whatever the emotion is. On the other side, when they are excited, we should inquire of them to have them tell us in words what made them excited or happy, or and take note of those things and say them back to them. Use their words. They will feel heard when we use the words they're using. We as parents have to be very attentive to whenever our children give us the subtle signs that they want to be heard. There's a study, I think, by the Gottman Institute about what they refer to as bids for attention. And they were evaluating bids for attention in the context of marriages and what marriages would be sustained and which ones would end up in divorce. And they measured when someone made comments, some type of physical gesture that was in essence a request for attention, but it wasn't a demand. Whenever those bids for attention were not responded to, it was detrimental to the relationships. And so we as parents must begin to study our children and go, when they walk by and we are occupied with something, we're making something in the kitchen or repairing some equipment or mowing the lawn or whatever, and they walk by and make some casual comment like, my shoe's untied, or they will say things under their breath. When we recognize that they have made some verbal overture, we must recognize that was a bid for attention and that we need to stop and go, I didn't quite hear you. What did you say? That is an attempt on our part to give them attention, for them to be heard. Wow. There's so much to say here, but hopefully those are some ideas about recognizing when your child is trying to tell you, I want your attention, I need your attention. And there are times where we need to just plan to give them our attention. And bedtime is a great time, mealtime is a great time. Anytime you're running an errand, try to take a child with you in the car if you can. Those are opportunities for us to give them attention when they haven't asked for it. This is Dr. Roger Smith of Parenting Matters Now.
Subscribe to Parenting Matters Now for more advice, or go to rogersmithmd.com to search for more topics. See you next time.